Welcome back, guys. So today I think we got a little bit of an interesting one here. So first off, Nintendo, pretty much confirmation they are, unsurprisingly, working on the next Legend of Zelda game. And we get to take a look at how much you could expect to be paid if you want to work on that team as a level designer, and a bunch of other information on how you can apply and get this job, all that cool stuff. So let's go ahead and dive in and take a look. I think it's pretty neat being able to see this information and what they're doing and how much you could be paid. I'm a little surprised with some of this information, but all the links will be in the description. This is a Japanese website, Nintendo of Japan. I do have everything translated so I can understand it and, show you guys. So if you go to this website here, just today, application guidelines for level designer of the Legend of Zelda series, working in Kyoto, so it's a position in Kyoto, Japan, has been posted on the project hiring information. So pretty cool stuff. I actually dig these little images they got up here. If you let them kind of scroll through, they're kind of neat. But let's go ahead and click on this and take a look at the actual job. So you can apply for this. I don't know if it's strictly for Japanese citizens or not, but hey, you can check it out and try for yourself. If you don't live in Japan, maybe they'll move you over there if you qualified. But pretty much just telling you, apply for this job, click the little button. Regardless of acceptance, they'll email you and let you know what happened, if you were accepted or not. Results, since it takes about 1 month to contact you, please wait. Excuse me. We will strictly adhere to the secret of entry. Okay. Please do not apply for those currently enrolled in the Nintendo group. All right, gotcha there. So level designer of Legend of Zelda series. So business content. Depending on your abilities and aptitude, you're responsible for the following tasks: game event, dungeons, field planning, specification creation and adjustment, a series of tasks up to implementation, planning of enemy preparation and adjustment of specifications. So level designer, event, dungeon, all that kind of stuff. Pretty cool. Aptitude, person who has experience in producing consumer games as a game planner, competent in communication skills in Japanese when collaborating. So you got to have good Japanese skills to be on this team. You got to be able to speak and understand Japanese. Selection flow. So what you're doing is document selection. They're going to go through, take a look at the applicants and probably pick who seems to be qualified for the job, and then have an exam. And then you pass the exam, go in for an interview, 2 interviews, and then an informal job offer, most likely, right? Employment status, project contract employee, trial period for 3 months. So pretty much a 90-day probation, I would assume, which is what we'd be accustomed to in the U.S. in a lot of positions, 90-day probation period. See if you're fit, if you're not, getting the boot. But trial period for 3 months after joining the company, then renewing the contract. When renewing a contract, it will be until the end of the project of development work engaged the longest. Okay. Salary. So this is the stuff that I find interesting because they do talk quite a bit about what you can expect to be paid. So considering experience and ability, we will decide according to our regulations. Annual income range is anywhere about 3.8 million yen to 8 million yen. So that might sound like a huge number, but in reality, if you convert this, and I'm sure somebody will be like, you got the numbers wrong, but if you convert, let's just say 4 to 8 million yen, that's only about $35,000 to $70,000 US that you would be getting paid for this job based upon your experience. That's kind of crazy, but I don't know this industry that well, and money. I don't know money in Japan as well as I do here. Annual income model case operation experience 5 years. Annual income about 4.7 million yen. See, this is the stuff I find interesting that they're just open about it. Like, okay, these experience ranges, you could get paid this much. And I like the transparency there. I'm not sure if that's really a lot of money. To me, $35,000 to $70,000 a year. Definitely you could make that work in the U.S., but it is not really that much money, especially for something so skilled and technical. And, you've got to be a smart person to be able to do this job. You got to have some skills. So I'm not 100% on, how that translates. In Japan, is that kind of money like awesome? I don't know. if anybody has any more insight on that, I'd be curious to hear. 10 years, 5.5 million yen. 15 years, 6.8, and so on and so forth. Additional allowances such as overtime, housing, postponement payment, etc. So there are other little quirks as far as payment goes. Housing allowance when you are responsible for housing costs. Single case, so I'm pretty much assuming that means like, hey, you are by yourself. Single case, 47,500 yen a month. If you have a family living together, 66,500 a month. So you're getting, a few $100 there for housing expense. Payment fee, so like a moving cost or something. Payment fee, in case you need to move to join the company, your initial cost, single case by yourself, you'll get a 300,000 yen payment. If you have a family, $500,000 payment. For company, at least one company I worked for in the past, and the insight and knowledge I have as far as moving costs go, I guess you can make that work in Japan. The company, I'm not going to really speak on the company I worked for, but the company I worked for, you would probably get close to double that if you need to move or relocate, as far as U.S. cost goes. But obviously that's going to be dependent upon area, the company you work for, stuff like that. But hey, at least not every company will pay all that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? Moving costs, single case 80,000 to 170, if in case of a family 190,000 to 430,000 yen. Interesting. Various allowances and welfare programs, transportation expenses, full payment, housing allowance, overtime allowance, various social insurances, postponement payment, reemployment support money, etc. Work location, you're going to be working in Kyoto, headquarters development building, number 2, Nama Matsuda Cho Toju-ku, Kyoto Shi Minami-ku. That's where you're going to be, man. Working hours, 8:45 to 17:30. So you're working 8:45 a.m. to 5:30 in the afternoon with a 1 hour break. Get a nice little 1 hour lunch. Holiday vacation, full weekly 2-day system, Saturdays and Sundays. Nice. Get holidays, summer vacation, year-end and New Year holidays, and paid vacation. So some pretty interesting little perks there. And, I find it interesting because not a lot of companies put this kind of information out there. They won't just throw like, this is what the pay range is. These are the quirks and the little perks of housing payments, moving expenses. Not a lot of companies will throw that out there for everybody to see. So I find that kind of interesting. I'm obviously not Japanese. I live in California, born, in the U.S. I've never been to Japan. I'm very curious about the culture and whatnot. And I do find this interesting that they share this information with potential, employees, candidates for the job. So you really know what you're getting yourself into. Because how many times have you applied for a job and you have no flipping clue what they are going to be willing to pay you, what you can try to negotiate for, what the actual pay range dependent upon the position is. This just tells you like, this is what you can make between this much experience to this much experience. And I don't know if they deal with negotiating on salary or not. Maybe the more experience you got, the higher you can say, well, this is what I want. You said 8.1 million. That's what I'm taking. I'm not taking 6. I want 8. I don't know. I find it interesting, guys. Like, I found this stuff more interesting than the news that they're hiring for a Zelda programmer or level designer. So what do you guys think? I think that's cool. I think it's neat. Awesome that, no surprise. Of course, Nintendo's going to be working on the next Zelda, obviously. But this kind of information, all this stuff, I think is pretty cool to see. So wanted to share that with you guys. Smash that like button. Share your comments down below. If you got some more insight as to how this stuff works, share it with me. I want to hear about it. We do have a lot of footage from a viewer of mine who went to Japan and filmed a ton of stuff as far as retro gaming and all sorts of cool little stuff. And I am in possession of a lot of those videos. I'm still working on getting all of them, onto my drive. And then I'm going to be doing some like commentary and looking at the stuff and sharing it with you guys, because it's really neat stuff looking at these retro game shops and stuff like that. So can't wait to share that with you guys. But share your comments down below. With that said, guys, I will catch y'all next time. Peace out. Bye-bye. Boom. Peace.